So Simon reached out to me with a cold email, which is, of course, the basis of the service that he offers his clients. So I'm always quite a fan of companies that use their own solutions to advance their business, as well as the solutions that they use to advance their clients' businesses. So it's going to work because it worked on you, and that's how Simon got me as a client, through the cold prospecting and cold email process. And I just remember being really taken with how well it was communicated, because I get these emails pretty much all the time, and I think we all do. And yeah, I was just really impressed with the quality of the communication, the frequency and the consistency. It wasn't too overbearing. There was a good gap between emails, and it was always thoughtful and relevant. And so I kind of really, through the process of enjoying his communication, decided, let's book some time with this guy. And I was actually in the market for some sort of marketing solution for generating new qualified leads for our business. And we'd actually spoken to some of the really, really top guys in the industry. And obviously they're well renowned, they have presence all over the world. But I just wasn't happy with their flexibility in terms of the quantity of leads that they were going to send us every week was not really manageable for our points and our growth as a company. And Simon just gave us that edge and the flexibility we needed. So when I actually got on the line with him, I put him under quite a bit of pressure, and he just really took it well. So he was really cool under pressure. He had really reasonable and proactive responses to all my objections, and it essentially led to him creating a slightly customized program for us, and going out there and running our first test campaign on an ideal client profile that we actually hadn't targeted before. So we were excited because it was an opportunity to enter into a new industry, which we'd kind of been flirting with and really romantic about for a while. And of course, I expect it would work on any client profile. We basically got to choose our client profile. So it's not that he gave us a paradigm that we had to work within. We were basically able to just tell them exactly what we wanted. And it's essentially what we got. We got qualified leads that I would be able to sit on the phone with multiple times a week. I could sort of, to a degree, control the volume of calls that I was in. Obviously, I'm doing other things. We don't have a dedicated sales team. We're testing out this cold outreach style of marketing. Obviously, the irony being that we're a marketing company ourselves, but you know what they say about the shoemaker's shoes. So it was good to get the objectivity and the different sets of skills in for the type of marketing that we needed. And Simon was really, really good at delivering. The initial setup phase was pretty much flawless and seamless. There's a process you go through where you do email warming, account creations, and we could see, because we do marketing in the technology space and we use a lot of tech ourselves, we could see Simon was using a good process. And whether you was aware of it or not, we understand quite a few of these things, although not so much what he does, because we never offered that as a service, but just being fellow marketers that leverage a lot of technology to get the job done, we already had an appreciation for the routes he was taking, the things he was doing. So like I said, the setup was pretty seamless. And from there, we went into essentially, getting bookings into the calendar. Simon communicates incredibly well. So he really feels like he's an extension of our team. So we sit in a Slack channel together, and he's constantly updating me and reminding me about things and making sure I'm on the ball. And yeah, he's excellent like that. And yeah, essentially, if there's communication to and from the lead or the prospect that's in the pipeline, he'll do a lot of that as well. We try to help where we can, so I'm not too sure if that's common ground, but if it is, it's definitely, you know, a value add onto the whole service, is that there is this degree of project management, lead relationship management that gets performed by Simon's agency. So yeah, all that being said, I highly recommend Simon. I think we know there's a lot of people in this game, just like there's a lot of people in our game, in our marketing field, which is digital marketing. Really, it's been a great experience, and we're planning on opening up a few more campaigns with him in Q1 now of 2024. Yeah, so maybe a little bit on the actual lead quality and experience of interacting with these leads. So yeah, we gave Simon the ICP, ideal client profile or customer avatar, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I mean, essentially we defined the titles, designations, the locations, the sizes of the companies that we were interested in talking to. And you know, he helps us define our actual hook and how we get in there. And he was really on the money and on the pulse of what was going on with that potential target audience and how we could solve it for them, which I thought was also pretty incredible. I wasn't expecting to get the assistance from Simon on actually defining the hook and everything. And I must say, even past defining the hook and all the messages, I mean, his team and him drafted all the content, all the sequencing. You know, they know the intonation and the timing of these things. So obviously, it's that's the secret sauce, which I wouldn't know too much about. And again, all that was taken off our hands. And then as we got into the campaign, dealing with these leads and prospects, he was continuously passing me tips on how to, you know, increase my conversion rate, how to change the angle of the conversation, how to navigate certain objections and issues that I was coming up against in some of the calls, which in hindsight were completely, you know, us not being correctly angled when dealing with the prospect, and Simon was even able to help us navigate that. So just, yeah, immense value, hey, because now that we have this capability to kind of turn on the tap to new business in this flexible and agile way with Simon, I mean, really, we're feeling like the sky is really the limit. And yeah, again, you know, the irony is we're a marketing company, and it's really incredible when someone else from the outside can bring this kind of capability in. And I think that's the future, you know, working in this fashion and style, not trying to do everything yourself, and working with the people that really focus on doing one thing really well, which in this case, that's what they do. So yeah, huge thank you to Simon and to his agency, and for the journey he's put us on, which is helping us basically grow our business in Europe. Yeah, we've only been in Europe for 2 years now. Our company was established outside of Europe and had been running for close to a decade. And then we decided to expand into Europe, and didn't understand the landscape that well, and, you know, all the nuances. And this has really been, it's been a fantastic experience for us to be able to do this early in the life cycle of our expansion. And yeah, to have that capability again is really, really important. So that's our experience with Khrown Agency and Simon.